Getting an oil service is not rocket science. You're going to change the oil filter, pour in fresh new engine oil. It's pretty simple. However, what is the old engine oil really telling you? What if it comes out like chocolate milk, or it's coming out like honey oil? Can the oil from your engine tell you exactly what's going on with the health? Well, we cover that on this edition of Inside the Garage. Drain out of your engine is really important. It can tell you the health of that engine. Fresh engine oil will have sort of this really clear consistency. Now over time that will break down, but it should still kind of feel real silky and have a darker tone to it. The other thing about engine oil is it'll have a certain smell. It may have a little bit of a carbony smell, but that's okay. What you don't want to smell is any engine oil that's completely smelling like burnt brownies. Now, if you've got chocolate milk, literally chocolate milk, and it comes out looking like this chocolate milk, that means that we've got water and engine oil mixed, or coolant and engine oil mixed, and that means that we've got a problem with the coolant system. Remember, an engine has to compartmentalize. Each chamber to that engine for coolant and oil and combustion all have to be separated. Well, if you've got chocolate milk, that means there's a violation, a major violation, in a cylinder head gasket or the cylinder head itself, or a combination of the two. If you've got chocolate milk coming out of your oil, that's a major problem. If you're buying a used car with that chocolate milk looking substance, you stay clear, far away, because that's a major repair. The second tip on draining engine oil or checking a dipstick is honey oil. If you've got honey oil, especially if you're buying a used car and it pours literally like honey and it comes out like a syrupy paste, that is a major problem. That means that somebody is masking an internal engine problem, and that problem is going to come back. So for example, if an engine is knocking, honey oil can be used very temporarily to stop the engine knock. If you're buying a used car and that honey oil is inside, you won't know until it's too late. If that engine oil on the dipstick has a very syrupy type of feel and it's real tacky, stay clear, far away, because that's that mystery in a bottle, honey oil. One other tip, maybe not related to the engine oil, but definitely related to contamination, is the engine coolant. Now check your owner's manual to see what color that should be, but one thing it shouldn't be is a strawberry milk looking color, because that strawberry milk means that the transmission cooler, which is attached to the engine radiator, is starting to come apart internally, and that's going to cause a mixture of coolant and transmission fluid, which equals strawberry milk. Disastrous situation that you can have if you're draining engine oil or you're checking dipstick is that actual metallic flaking that can come about. It'll look like a shiny substance. It'll have a sandpaper feel to it. It has a grayish, darkish tint to it. If you guys can see that, that's an indication that there's metal coming apart in that engine. So if you're buying a used vehicle, check that dipstick and you've got metallic flaking, stay away, because that's a disaster waiting to happen right in your wallet. Check your engine oil, especially if you're going to buy a vehicle. That is going to tell you a lot of clues. So remember, number one, if you've got chocolate milk mix, look, that means that we've got coolant and engine oil mixed, and that means we've got an overheat situation. That's a big problem. Number two, if you've got any sign of real tacky oil, almost like syrupy, honey-like oil, that means somebody's trying to mask a situation internally on that engine. Number three, and this is really key, look for metallic flaking. If there's any metallic flaking on this dipstick itself when you're checking it, again, especially if you're buying a used car, stay clear away. That means that engine is probably starting to tear apart. And lastly, if you've got any signs of strawberry milk-like substance in the coolant system, that's also an indication of problem. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to our Inside the Garage series. Thank you for our recent subscribers. Hey, if you got a video you'd like to see, chime in the comments. And my fellow mechanics, if you got anything that we may have missed or have any comments, please chime in down in the comments section. Thank you, and I appreciate you catching this edition of Inside the Garage.